Hello, everyone out there in YouTube land. This is the Ambassador Unchained. All right, I have a video that I'm going to show you, which is spot on. I am a woman of God. I'm a Christian. I believe in following uh, the laws of Jesus Christ. And I'm just amazed at the Christians who are falling for all of this stuff concerning this administration. And as people of God, how in the world, I agree with these two men, how in the world are we going to vote for an agenda such as the ones that the Dems are pushing? Homosexuality, same-sex marriage, abortion. If Jesus Christ was on the earth today, do you think they would go to the polls, excuse me, and vote that way? I'm telling you, it's scandalous. You call yourself a holiness person. You call yourself filled with the Holy Ghost. But you don't understand what you're doing when you go vote that way. You don't understand that you're helping to push that agenda. You don't understand that you're liably not going to the place where you think you're going. And you know what I mean. I don't get it. God did not give you any revelation. There's pastors and bishops talking about, I'm with her and what she stands for. And all of the illegals who have come across the border, and 4 or 8 more years of that. That's what we're asking for. Because you know why? These people who want to support this agenda do not care about the rest of us who are struggling today, who inflation is up, food is up, everything is up, insurance is up. People on Social Security can barely make it. They're bringing all these people in at the border, papering them up, as Phil would say, papering them up, thousands of dollars on debit cards, free housing, free rent. They're driving new cars. They're getting into houses with a lot of our people cannot do. Now I hear there's a $10,000 card coming out for these people. They haven't paid any taxes. They're in the black community. The black community cannot even have their own resources, who have paid taxes for many, many years. They can't even have their own parks anymore, their own centers where the children can go after school. They're putting people out of senior buildings. They're taking veterans out of places and putting these people in. And this is what because you cannot care about your own black race. You don't care that people are struggling, can barely eat, have to figure out if they're going to pay all of their rent or buy food. The inflation is sky high, and it's going to get worse under this situation. You don't care about your black community, your own community. You don't care. You're just going to go out there and do what you do, not caring about us as a people who are going to be staying at the bottom while these people come in and walk on our backs. We will continually be at the bottom, which was the plan all along. And the people that's talking about, I'm with her, and she's running on abortion. I'm with her. And she's for same-sex marriage. What happened? What happened to your salvation? What happened to your allegiance to Christ? What happened? And it's not that I'm a Democrat or a Republican. I've learned to be an independent or else stay at home. This is outrageous. The people with King, when they were marching for different things back then, they were marching for more than just for us to vote. They were marching for us to be free, to have jobs, to go. King said, we're going to Washington to get our check. Reparations. That's what they voted for, us to have freedom in every area, not just to vote. They need to stop putting that out there. Our ancestors died so that we could vote. I mean, that's it. That's all they died for, is that we could vote. No, that is a myth. They voted for us to have freedom, jobs, to have equality on the jobs, in pay and reparations, which we should have been paid. And then Donald Trump. Donald Trump, I hear back in the day, when people could go to the banks and the banks would say, no, we can't give you a loan, go to Donald Trump. They would go to Donald Trump. He would give them the loan. And then when they came back to pay, he wouldn't accept the money. This is the things I've run up on concerning Donald Trump. Of course, he doesn't always speak the best. But look what's going on with us now. In a few years, we will have nothing. But you people out there that's pushing, are you getting a check? Are you getting a check to tell us to go out? What about the crime bill, the 94 crime bill? Nobody has said a word about it during this administration. Not one word, putting all these people. And now other people, they got businesses out there selling this stuff. When they put all these people in jail about crack cocaine and marijuana, and now our counterparts got businesses and is selling it and making millions and millions of dollars. But our people are still stuck in jail for a pinch of marijuana for 30 years in jail and still in there. Has this administration said anything which broke up the black family? We don't have anybody to marry. They're all in prison. A place where you can be a slave. A place where you have to work basically free or for pennies. Because what was that? The 13th Amendment says that if you're in jail or prison, you can have to do slave labor. They know what they're doing. We don't know what we're doing. Destroying ourselves and our pastors out there telling us to go along with this agenda. That's what you're doing. You're helping to promote it when you vote that way. And you think you're going to go through the pearly gates. I'm sorry. You got another thing coming. There's a woman that did a video in Trump Towers. She's a black woman. She was homeless. Trump brought her in there. She's been there for about 10 years now with free everything. 3 meals a day. People clean her room. And all the amenities that goes along with Trump Tower. Now, this is what Trump did for her. And then I heard another person said the same thing. Also, the Black Panther has came out and said that they're supporting Mr. Trump. They're supporting him because back in the day, he sponsored them and gave them money. All these lies that have come out about him. I'm not advocating for him, but I'm not certainly saying that something is definitely terribly wrong. When the other party, has never done anything for this community in 60 years. And the one that's running now after Joe Biden, before when she was running the first time, no, I'm not going to do anything specifically for black people. No. But what's the first thing they did? Gave the Asians a hate crime bill and blamed it on black people with hating on Asians. And that was not true either. All these people coming across the border, taking what? Jobs? They're getting job fairs that nobody else know about. I can't believe how we have been sold out by the people who is supposed to help get us into the pearly gates. And they think they're going to heaven? Please, people. What is the problem? Back in the day, the era was totally different. They didn't deal with all this stuff that's going on now. They didn't deal with same-sex marriage, homosexuality, transvestite, you name it. They didn't deal with that back then. So they could vote. People were more religious back then. But today we are dealing with a totally different animal. We cannot support this kind of agenda. I'm surprised that holy women, holy men, and with someone and something that has never done a single thing. Well, I guess you know what? All you people like me that have money already and probably getting more don't care about the rest of us. That's all I can. And you really don't care about yourself and your flock, leading them into such degradation. I just don't know what to say. I am not for either one, but I can tell you this. One is way better than the other. Because if we think we're going to step up into heaven doing this kind of thing, and if Jesus was walking here going into the booths with you, what would you do then? Would you mark that then? You know it's wrong. You know it's wrong. But yet you're going to do it. You're going to do it anyway. Times have changed, people. We cannot do what we did before. Like I said, back in the day, all this stuff wasn't happening like it is now. And then we're going to go and help push this agenda by a stroke of a pencil. I'm in shock. I'm with her. And what is she with? Same-sex marriage, homosexuality, transvestite, abortion, and running on it. It's insane. I don't claim to be any better than anybody else, but I can tell you this much. I got better sense than this. If I want to see Jesus in peace, I got better sense. What about a hate crime bill? What about all the stuff that this administration has said down through the years, mainly Mr. Biden? There's clips out there of him saying everything. He didn't want busing because he didn't want his kids going to school in a racial jungle. You had to be smart. You had to sit next to his son in school. These, allegedly, I've heard these things. So, go right ahead. You can sit at home. You don't have to vote. If you don't like Mr. Trump, you can stay home. But to go out and push this agenda on all these people coming across the border, where are we going? We're getting put out of homes and stuff now. Black people are, what, 60% of the homeless around the country? 60%. We're only, what, 13% of the population, 13, 14. Now all these illegals are coming in, being disrespectful to black people in Chicago, New York, Denver, wherever they're all at, Washington, D.C., coming in here telling no money for you, you're lazy. They disrespect us. It's unreal. It's unreal. Do your research. You think you've done your research. You haven't. You haven't. Who was the party of the Ku Klux Klan? Who was the party of slavery? Who was the party of Jim Crow? Who was the party of the 94 hate crime bill? Was that a hate crime bill? No, not the hate crime bill. The incarceration bill, with all our people, over a million in prison today for whatever reason, and so many people are in there who didn't even commit the crimes. Okay, back in the day, he said if they get help for this cocaine, they'll get it in prison. But now with this fentanyl stuff going on, oh, it's a health problem. It's a health situation. They need help. They get help with that. They don't go to jail. I don't get it, people of God. I don't get you. So anyway, this is the Ambassador Unchained coming to you again with this video. I haven't been doing many because, but this is so important. I don't want to see our people lost because they're ignorant. You know God? Do you know God? If Jesus walked into that voting booth with you, what would you do? All right. I will see you the next time.